Lying just opposite the appropriately named Museum Street, the British Museum was the first public national museum in the world. Hi, my name's Eddie St Jean and I'm the editor of What's Hot London magazine, and I'm on a mission to find out which of the UK's top 2 cultural institutions is the number 1 tourist attraction. Visitor figures show the Tate Modern has overtaken the British Museum and is now the UK's most popular museum. What we're going to do, we're going to go through each of the steps that draws us closer to the conclusion of which, in truth, is the UK's top cultural institution. Here you'll find the biggest collection of Egyptian artifacts, objects and historical finds outside of Egypt itself. Also colossal stone sculptures from the Assyrian Empire. The stunning statues and sculptures educate us about Greek mythology and indeed how the ancient Greeks lived in those periods, about their approach to idealised beauty and craft. Their most famous of leaders, Alexander the Great, of course, has pride of place. According to history, he conquered the world aged 21. But it's the Parthenon marbles that intrigue. The Parthenon exhibits are steeped in history, mystery and controversy. Because in the 1800s, Lord Elgin spirited them away from their home in Athens, Greece. And in recent years, Greece has been trying to get them back. Ironically, that's drawn even more visitors to the British Museum. All intrigued about these amazing statues and temple sculptures, which have gained so much newspaper headlines. The Mexico Room in the British Museum spans thousands of years, right from around 200 BC until the Spanish conquistadors arrived in 1521. This here is the oldest room in the museum, and on conception it was actually King George III's library. However, through the years it has come to encompass much more than that, with curious exhibits from wealthy, privileged, powerful men who've donated their collections. Focus on discovery and science. We're going to go through each of the steps that draws us closer to the conclusion of which is the UK's top cultural institution. Now we travel bankside to the Tate Modern. It's a lively, vibrant place full of artists, poets, people trying to make a quick buck, but in the most light-hearted of ways, adding to the energy of the place. Let's go inside and find out why the Tate Modern nosed ahead. This iconic looking building was the former Bankside Power Station. It takes up a massive 8.4 acres of space. As with the British Museum, there is no admission charge, which no doubt helps it pull in the 5.8 million visitors that puts the British Museum in the shade. The escalators are needed because the Tate has many floors of international modern and contemporary art, leaving you with no choice but to come back another day or spend your entire day from the moment it opens to the second it closes trying to cover every square inch of the place. Almost anything can be termed art once it has that all-powerful signature inscribed on it somewhere. How do masterpieces from the likes of Picasso, Salvador Dali, Mark Rothko and Andy Warhol rate against the classical Greek, Roman, Assyrian sculptures in the British Museum? And now we come to the end of our visits to these two institutions, and I'm going to leave the decision up to you. Based on the evidence you've seen today, which of the two would you say is number one?